Hey Goal Getter, I'm Angela.
And I'm Adam.
We help normal moms and dads chase after their big dreams,
In a modern online world,
all while in the midst of raising kids.
in what we call the family hustle.
Welcome back to the Family Hustle with Angela and Adam Parker. I am Angela Parker of Grass-Fed Mama and also the Family Hustle podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about the difference between inbound marketing and interruption marketing. And this is actually a concept that I feel like I just learned the term for maybe in the last year, maybe 2 years. But it's something that if you understand the difference, you actually can transform your marketing, because most people think about interruption marketing, especially if you just launched your business, or maybe, maybe you're just using social media, Facebook to grow your business. Interruption marketing is what most people do. Most Facebook ads use interruption marketing. Most Facebook posts use interruption marketing. Anytime you see like slow your scroll or something like that, that's interruption marketing. So interruption marketing is just like, you're hoping, this is what the thing is, you're hoping that it comes across somebody's screen and it gets their attention enough, it hooks them. It gets their attention enough to stop, to slow their scroll, to pay attention to your content, your ad, your photo, your post, or whatever. So this is what most of us see on Facebook, Instagram too. But what is inbound marketing? The reason you need to know the difference is the conversion rates and everything else. If you understand, if inbound marketing, and when people are searching for you, they're going into Google, maybe they're going into Pinterest, maybe they're searching hashtags, but they're searching for something and they find you and they're coming to you, that's inbound marketing. So inbound marketing can be a blog post, it can be a YouTube video, it could be an IGTV, it could be a Pinterest post, anything that uses like keywords, key terms, hashtags, where people are searching and they find you, instead of interruption marketing, where people it just comes across their screen. They're not searching for you. Maybe it is targeted to them. Maybe it is something that they had searched previously, especially if you use Facebook ads and you do retargeting and all that kind of stuff. But if you're a small business, you may not even be using ads. So then you're solely relying on interruption marketing, where it is just, post in people's feeds. Maybe you're posting things on, your Instagram stories, you're posting things on Pinterest, but you're not using SEO, search engine optimization, so people can find you. So then it is just interruption. So hopefully you'll hook them, you'll catch their attention enough to click on your link or click on your video to watch it. But wouldn't it be better if you do, okay, and this is what I'm going to compare maybe YouTube to Facebook Live. And I'm actually going to tell you, maybe leading up to the next episode, about Facebook versus YouTube. But if you do a Facebook Live, so it's just generally on your Facebook wall. It's not in a group that is specific to a group of people who may be interested in a certain topic, because that's a little bit different. Facebook groups actually are the number one thing people are using on Facebook, I would say right now, to market, but it's a community building. And so if you have a Facebook group, I would say go live in your Facebook group and talk about your specific things. But that still is a little bit of interruption, in the sense, unless you have a scheduled day that you're going to go live, or you're doing a challenge in that group, that would definitely not be interruption. But if you're just doing a live on your Facebook wall, your main profile, most of the people who are going to scroll across your Facebook Live, it's an interruption to their day. It's something that they weren't planning on tuning into your live. So that's why you have to hook them, and Facebook Live is very good at grabbing people's attention, because people are nosy and they want to know what's going on. It would be a little different if you treated your Facebook Live like a show, which I see a lot of people doing this, where it's a show and they give their Facebook Live a name and they go live at a certain time so people can expect it, that would definitely, that way people could look for it. So it definitely wouldn't be as much of an interruption. But the way I see most people doing Facebook Live, it's not scheduled. It's just on a whim. This is honestly speaking more to me, I guess, because this is how I do Facebook Live. But it's usually more interruption. It's usually catching people as they're scrolling through the feed, and then they're like, oh, what's Angela talking about today? Whereas, so we're going to contrast that to YouTube, where you could have a whole channel devoted to a certain topic. You could be kind of general. I've actually seen, this is something that I'm not interested in, cleaning routines or cleaning different learning about cleaning. But there's this whole thing on YouTube where women just clean their house and they film it and they share it on YouTube, and it gets hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people can have a whole channel on cleaning. But it's very niche specific. It's just not my niche. I am definitely not going to tune in to watch somebody else clean their house when I probably should be spending that time cleaning my own house. But thinking about your own YouTube channel, and I'm going to say YouTube, you could also do this on IGTV, but having your own YouTube channel that is niche specific to topics that you can go, you can show up once to twice to 3 times a week, sharing a value-based content, long form content like this podcast. Anything longer than 10 minutes is really considered long form content. If you don't want to do video, think about a podcast, but we're contrasting Facebook Live to YouTube. It may actually do better because YouTube is a search engine. So people could search how to roast a turkey for, I don't know how many pounds, 20-pound turkey. And you could do a Facebook Live talking about how you're prepping for Thanksgiving and how you do your turkey, or you could record the same video and put it on YouTube and do a little SEO, again, search engine optimization. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, then there's a little bit of that in my Pinterest course. But search engine optimization basically says that people search for different things online, and it's setting up your content so that you can get found. So thinking about what people actually type in the search bar will help your content actually be found. And that's inbound. Inbound means your content is found by people who are looking for your content. They just haven't discovered you yet. And so thinking about that, you can think about, I could find a whole different group of people who are searching for me on YouTube because it's a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine. Facebook is not a search engine. Facebook is actually designed to help you get closer to people who you're already connected with. It's like creating smaller circles is their new thing, which is the opposite of what you want. If you're a business owner, you want to get exposed to more people outside of your market that you're already in. So thinking about that, if you're already creating content, then instead of spending, and the difference between Facebook Live, and this is something that for me, my life is crazy. It's very, very hard for me to have a scheduled time to go live. And that's one reason why I switched to having a podcast. Obviously, I love podcasts myself, and that was the first initiative for me. Is I was like, wow, if I love podcasts this much, there's other women out there who don't want to watch a video and would rather tune into a podcast while they're cleaning their house and doing the dishes and everything. And that's what ends up happening at my house. And so I started my podcast. And so if you don't want to show up on video, podcasting is also SEO driven, people searching keywords to find podcasts. But if you're not quite ready for the tech side of a podcast, because there is a little bit more to it than starting a YouTube channel, because you can start a YouTube channel for free. I mean, honestly, you can start a YouTube channel for free with your iPhone, maybe investing in just a little bit, but most people can start out really low budget. And Facebook Live, you can do that for free too if you have your iPhone. But I feel like Facebook Live is very, very good for who you're already connected to. And starting those conversations with people who you're already connected to, who may not know more about you, more about what you do, more about what you have to offer. So I don't think that you should completely abandon Facebook Live. I just don't feel like it's great for expanding your network. it is great if you already are, like if you only have 200 friends, if you just do a Facebook Live, like you're going to have to get them to share it and everything to get seen by more people. But on a YouTube, like YouTube could pick it up if you have high search key terms and everything, YouTube could pick it up and show it to way more people. I actually had a video on YouTube, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and it showed it to 16,000 people. And I was like, whoa, that has never happened before. I actually do have another video on YouTube, and it has over 10,000 views on it. But most of my YouTube channel, it's something I'm actually trying to focus on because I want to invest my time, and this is one of the next podcasts coming up. I want to invest my time in social media platforms that actually use SEO, search engine optimization, to help increase my inbound marketing, to help people discover me. Now, one of the ones I've already talked about on here is Pinterest, podcasting, Instagram with hashtags, and then also YouTube. So if you're thinking about where do you want to spend your time, obviously think about where your gifts are, what you're good at, what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy being on video, then don't do video. But if that's something you're already doing, why not do a YouTube channel as well? Even if you're just repurposing some of your content. The one of my videos that ended up getting, I think it was 14,000 views, something like that, 14 or 16,000 views. It was actually a repurposed video of a recipe. It was like a keto recipe that I shared, and it got a lot of views on TikTok. So then I was like, okay, let me go ahead and repost it on YouTube. I changed the music because of copyright issues and everything. So I, did do that. But it got a lot of views on YouTube as well. Something else to think about inbound marketing is just, where do you go to search? Everybody goes to Google, and Google, this is what I see. Google searches will sometimes show Pinterest pins, up at the top, and they usually show video from YouTube. Why? Because Google owns YouTube now. And so that's another reason that if I type in something, now everybody's search engine is a little different. So I'll say I'll type in something and I'll see one of my pins. But a lot of times I will see my pin and my video above my blog post, higher in the rank, higher in searches. And the thing with Google is you want to be as high at the top as possible. If you're on the third page, you better just forget it, right? And so thinking about that, it makes you, maybe I've seen a Facebook post being pulled in, but very rarely. I think Facebook is indexed by Google, but the fastest way is to use search engine optimization, use those key terms, keywords, what people are actually searching for, and use platforms that Google will actually show. And what I see is Pinterest and YouTube, and that will increase your inbound marketing. But then you have to think about, well, what actually performs on Pinterest and YouTube? And if you understand that, then you can increase how many people actually come to you. Now, if you want to know more about Pinterest, I have a whole course. You can buy it by itself, or it's included inside the Busy Mom's Guide to Building a Business, which it gives you a little bit of a discount. And so if you want everything, I would go for that bundled. It's a business bundle, and so you can save a little bit, but the Pinterest is included in there. I do talk a little bit about search engine optimization, but also how to increase your leads through Pinterest. And these are people who are actually searching for something that you can help them with. And so it increases your conversions because people are looking for a solution, which is kind of the why you should focus on inbound marketing versus interruption marketing.
Thanks for listening to The Family Hustle with Angela and Adam Parker. We appreciate you guys being here.
If you're listening, don't forget to take a screenshot and share it into your stories and tag us at Grassfed Mama.
Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your podcast player of choice. That helps other people find out about what we're doing, and it's the best thing you can do to help us grow the podcast.
Hey Hey goal getter, are you ready to stop having to chase after people only to realize they aren't even interested in what you have to offer? You spend months trying to build rapport and get to know them, and then they never seem interested in buying. What if you could attract your ideal customer to you and have them reaching out for more information about your business and what you have to offer? If this sounds like something you want more info on how you can put into practice, join our Attraction Marketing Bootcamp, where we take 5 days to dig deep into discovering what your ideal customer wants and how you can be the most attractive to them through branding and developing a customer journey. Over the 5 days, you'll have worksheets and videos to guide you through this